Here we go, back again with another video, and yes, before we delve into the subject, of course, Danny Batth on his way out from Sunderland, allegedly, I'm gonna do an apology for all the people I missed out yesterday on the Real Madrid shirt. Yes, there's loads of it, it's absolutely shit loads. I'll read you all out at the end of the video and let you know who's in the hat for the Real Madrid chance to win a Real Madrid shirt. Absolutely superb. And also, we'll talk about the team against Coventry. But first of all, let's talk about Danny Batth. Danny Batth was the player of the season last season. Over 40 appearances. Really big key role in us getting promoted from League One under Alex Neil as well. And Mowbray, as Tony Mowbray did say, joking aside, Tony Mowbray did say it was a massive miss against Luton in the playoffs semi-finals. Someone like him, 6'3" tall, in the centre of the penalty box is an asset, is absolutely fantastic with that height. It would have been brilliant against Luton, and we could have gone on to even being promoted to the Premier League. Who knows if the defence had been, if we had our proper defence of Ballard and Batth in there. So Danny Batth, since last season, that injury at the end of the season it was about so many games he missed back end of the last season. He would have missed a period of pre-season training as well, but he's getting back in now. But he's getting to the certain age of 32. Now, 32 years of age isn't old for the likes of me. I wish I was 32 years again. But for the likes of Speakman, KLD, past the sell-by date, is almost past the sell-by date. It's all about money when it comes to making money for Sunderland to keep. Obviously, they'll have the reasons. I hope the reasons are to keep us in a financial footing, to keep us afloat and keep us, doing really well and getting that deficit, apparently the deficit down. If deficit still exists, apparently it does, to get that deficit down. So like Danny Batth will have to be moved on before they become, worth nothing. That's one of the reasons why I think Danny Batth's going. Or could it be the reason that Danny Batth wants to move away himself because of family reasons? Now, I'm not going to get into that because I don't know anything about it, but that's the case. I have nothing wrong whatsoever. Danny Batth, enjoy your move if they're the reasons, because family always comes first. And I wish you and your family all the happiness in the world. Personally, I want you to stay at Sunderland. If it's just to do with money, and Speakman and KLD wanting to move you on to bring young blood through, to bed young blood in. Because this is what it is. It's a money go-round, isn't it? It's a magic money go-round. Danny Batth now, 32. We can get the bill knocked down with his wages, move him on, maybe sell him for a little bit to Blackburn, get a little bit of money back from Blackburn, then you move in your next lot. At the moment, I think Luke 19's a stopgap, simple as. I think he's a great player. Not a great player, a good player for Sunderland. Doing a great job, but he's not centre-back. And for me, he's a stopgap because Sleet isn't fit enough and Triantos is still sort of getting his feet under the table. So for me, once one of those two starts to shine, Luke 19 will be kicked out of the team, but be moved out of the central defensive. He'd been put somewhere else when we're short because he's a utility player. So for me, like the Sleet will be the one that comes in, is the one will probably replace Luke 19 in the foreseeable future. Luke 19 for me is only in there at this moment as a central defender because we don't have another one that's fit enough to put him in. And they don't want to get, and if they want to sell Danny Batth, they don't want to keep him happy. They don't want to keep him in the side. They want to keep him on the peripheral, on the outskirts and leave him there. So hopefully he'll want to go. Now again, this is all alleged. This is all just what I'm thinking about at this moment in time. So, at the end of the day, it's just my opinions, my thoughts. You let me know yours down below. Now, Danny Batth did not train today with the team. As soon as the news comes out from all the different media outlets that Blackburn have put an official bid in for Danny Batth. Yes, they've put an official bid in, and my source says that too. They put an official bid in for Danny Batth. He was not training today. Wasn't at the training pitch today, not training. So what happened? So put 2 and 2 together. What do you come up with? 4 or 6. But there we go. So Danny Batth, 49 games played for Sunderland, 1 goal. I like Daniel Batth. I think we need someone like in the central defence, so no nonsense defender. Yes, Luke's okay with the ball at his feet. That's what they want, to pass the ball out, but he's not fast enough with the ball personally. Danny Batth, no nonsense clearance. Get at the Ballard can pass out, or whatever you think. Anyway, so there we go. Danny Batth could be on his way out. What's your thoughts on that? I want him to stay if it's to do with family reasons and this, that and the other, then again, I totally understand that. If it's only to do with financial gain from the owners wanting to get these other youngsters into the team to grow them, to nurture them, to make money on them youngsters as well. Because that's what happens. That's what happens. You bring City and the young lad will come in, or Triantos, bet himself in, Luke going there to get moved to one side, and have the proper set of defenders in there. They'll grow with game time, hopefully, and Tony Mowbray will nurture them and get them to the point where they'll be worth more money in the future. And again, it happens again. We'll probably sell them and get some of the people in and do exactly the same merry-go-round. So Danny Batth probably at the age now where he's not really sort of an asset for the owners at Sunderland. Now Christian Speakman is missing some vital meetings this week, I've been led to believe. I don't know how vital these meetings are, but he's missing these meetings he would normally attend. So does that mean there's something going on in the background in the market? So are we going to have players coming in by the end of the week? Well, we need players, to be fair, because we have an injury list as long as my arm. Let's start off with injuries. You've got Corey Evans, Ross Stewart, A. Gialessi, J. Matete, Mayende, Sleet, Embleton, Rig concussion, and now we have Patrick Roberts. Will Patrick Roberts be fit for the game against Coventry? So yes, the game against Coventry, this will definitely, we all know the lineup, don't we? Know the lineup. He's not going to budge from his system, not going to budge from this lineup, especially after you're going to win the weekend, so fair enough. So we know Patterson, Ballard, 09, Hume, Sirkin, Ekwa, Neil, Dak, Clark, Job will all start. Now Patrick Roberts went off for 13 minutes to go and he's very doubtful for the weekend. The only saving grace is after the match he went straight home, didn't go and get any kind of medical treatment as much as you would have thought someone with an injury. So, but at the moment, he's very doubtful for the weekend. Now, if he is doubtful, who do you bring in? Who do you bring into this position? Now, will you have to switch things around, or do you just slip Benetti in there straight away? I thought Benetti was always better on this side, but does Benetti, he tends to play Benetti in there. Now, for me, there's only two people he's going to bring in. He's either going to bring in Barr or Benetti. So which one of those two would you want in this side to be given a start down to Coventry? And if that's the case, who do you move where? Does Benetti just slip straight in there? Remember that goal he scored in America down the right-hand side, gets in, and he scored the goal. I do like him on the left. He plays there for Costa Rica, and he scores down the middle as well for Costa Rica. But if he does come in, will Clark move over to this side and Benetti go in there? I tend to think Clark will move over there anyway, and he put Mr. Barr there instead. He does like Barr. So that's the team. Now, like I said, it's going to be a tough game against Coventry the weekend. It would have been an ideal situation for the likes of Danny Batth to come and start in that team against Coventry. A no-nonsense defender against a strong physical side, a good side, a side that's improved in the pre-season, got good players in, second spended players, second most money spent in the pre-season. So we need a good defence. Now, Luke 09 can do that job, he can. Some games he does really well, but other games he makes mistakes, and we haven't kept a clean sheet just yet. So a clean sheet will be absolutely fantastic. Danny Batth and Ballard will be amazing in there, but it looks like Danny Batth is on his way out. I'm very sad. I hope Mowbray somehow can keep him there, but his hands are tied. Mowbray's hands are tied. I feel sorry for Mowbray. I do really feel sorry for Mowbray. And Lyndon Gooch could be on his way out as well now. I never really heard much about this one. Gooch to QPR. Gooch, happy chappy. Doing really well. He hasn't been in the side because of injuries, more or less. He's starting to get a bit injury prone. Had 2 or 3 injuries last season, and again start the season a couple of weeks out because of injury already. So is it time for Gooch to be moved on? And again, is that type of age of player now? The cogs in Speakman and Kilday's little heads, the mice are spinning the cogs around really fast, and they're thinking, yes, Gooch, injury this season, certain age, maybe it's time to cash in on Lyndon Gooch and get a bit of money from him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he does go, but he's been here forever and a day, Gooch, and he's settled in the North East. And I know people who know Lyndon Gooch, and he says he loves playing for Sunderland, he loves the area. So it's a shame we've got to ship these players on. But when you get a hierarchy like that, at the end of the day, and it is what it is. It is. We can twist all day till the cows come. It is what it is. We know what it is. It's about. It's for me. If they make the money, so long as they invest a good chunk of that money back into the club, into players, and try and get us at least promoted at some point in the next. It's supposed to be a 5-6 year plan, isn't it? 5-6 year plan. We into season, is it 2 or 3 now? So this season, consolidate. You think we should improve on last season? Last season was a fluke of a season, apparently. Don't know. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. I think if it's a 5-6 year plan, next season they're going to really go for it. But do you think they're really going to go for it? Can you see them spend a lot of money? Or they're just going to go and find out gems and pluck these gems and embed them in the side for next season? So there we go. I've waffled on enough. I hope Daniel Batth stays. I really do. Hope Patrick Roberts is fit. And now the people who I missed. I did miss these people yesterday. I'll read them all out. The ones I did miss were, I do apologise, you got the correct score, 2-1 against Rotherham. Dan's 8-1-1-1. The Timmy 876 table. Jonathan Doyle. Tom Hodgson. Stephen Winship. User Engle. Grant Swindle. Golfump. Ben Allison. Jamie SFC. Clay Play Games. Raf SFC. Callie. And Richard Naylor. Them are in the hat for the draw to go along with Philip Sinclair, SFC season highlights, John Tunn, Kieran Smithson, Karen Wright, Angelic Skane, Controller Brex, David Edwards, David Brown, RWA Productions, CPZ, Dan Wilkes, Uruguayan, Mackham, Stu Dig, Alex Dixon, John Kirby, David Newell, Thoughtful, and George Brown. All those people got the correct score 2-1. All in the hat for the preview when I picked the winner out for the Real Madrid shirt. So there we go. Hopefully Daniel Batth stays, but it does look now that he's on his way out, and it is really sad. It is really sad. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. I'm now going to show you a bit of footage from last afternoon. I was trying to find somewhere. I've always fancied doing the crossbar challenge, you know, just only when I get a bit of time. And I've mentioned to Wincy and Jonas to fancy doing it. You know, and Belmont's right on their doorstep, so it would have been ideal. And there's a football pitch there. I thought I'll pop round me run and have a look at it. And to my surprise, look at the state it is. Thank you. We'll see you later. Here on me run. Heading down towards Belmont football pitch. I was considering doing some kind of crossbar challenge, maybe with Wincy. That would have been quite good. I thought this pitch is very close. We could have done it on these goalposts. Oh my God, what's happened here? Wow, this is a nightmare. Last time I was down here, it was spotless. Look at the state of this now. This has been let go to rot, let go to bloody pot, rot, whatever you want. It hasn't got a bloody lawnmower anymore, put it that way. Well, I can't even run through this book, I never mind kick a football through it. Bloody hell, what a nightmare. Good for your hamstrings and your quads and your thighs though. But not so good for your football skills. I bet you throughout England there's football pitches all over the place looking like this. The grass is about 2 foot long. No chance of playing a game of football on this pitch, is there? Well, this is a goddamn shame. Look at the state of this pitch. The grass is about 2 foot long. What's happened to Belmont? What's happened to Belmont football pitch? Leave a comment down below so I know what the hell's gone on. Oh, Danny Batth. Don't go away. Please don't go. Let's hope Danny Batth stays.